Ms Legalista here, aka Attorney Sheila. I'm going back to the Tyre Nichols case in this video. Now, previously I covered one of the hearings where we went through the decertifications for 3 of the former Memphis police officers who were involved in the altercation with Tyre Nichols: Demetrius Haley, Justin Smith, and Emmit Martin. Well, in this video, we're going to be looking at the hearing for Tyre Bean and why he was not decertified. Last time the decertification took place in 2 minutes. This time it's a little bit longer and he wasn't decertified. Let's take a look at this and find out why. First, I want to go to the agenda just to give you an idea of how this is taking place. This is with the Tennessee State. This is at the state level. Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission. This was an informal hearing that was held on May 18th, which was just a few weeks ago. And if we scroll down, we will see that Tyre Bean's decertification request that had been submitted by the Memphis Police Department right here is one of the first ones that's on this list. So this is what we're going to be talking about in this video and why he wasn't decertified. So let me go over to the hearing so that you guys can actually see that and we can listen to what happened.
Begin with the Memphis Police Department. Tyre Bean. Mr. Bean was terminated for violating excessive and unnecessary force and other policy violations. I believe his attorney is here, so perhaps to save time for the Memphis Police Department in presenting this, sir, if you would step to the podium. For the record, state your name, and you can go ahead and make your request to the board.
Certainly. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Timothy Taylor. I'm an attorney in Memphis. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Tyre Bean. Mr. Bean could not appear here today, so I'm, as I said, here on his behalf. Of course, the Memphis Police Department, as required by regulations, has requested Mr. Bean's decertification due to the fact that he was terminated from his employment for misconduct, or that was, let me be clear about that, that's the police department's position. Obviously, there are other matters, as the commission is probably aware, relating to the incident that resulted in Mr. Bean's termination. My office does not represent him in those matters, but he has another attorney, and those matters are proceeding in court in Shelby County. While those matters are proceeding, Mr. Bean is not really in position to freely discuss this incident, and indeed when he had the administrative hearing before the Memphis Police Department, he could not freely discuss that incident. He was only able to say no, sir, and a representative of the Memphis Police Association, which is also my client, issued a statement on his behalf. My request to the committee here today is to place Mr. Bean's decertification proceedings into suspended status. This is a process that actually arose, I was somewhat involved with the origination of some 15 years ago maybe, where basically his certification goes into an inactive status. He cannot be a law enforcement officer, he cannot work for a law enforcement agency. It simply remains an inactive status, and the decertification proceedings are pending the conclusion of the other legal proceedings related to this. If the other legal proceedings conclude positively, then it would be my job to try to obtain his reinstatement to the Memphis Police Department. If I'm successful there, then we could come back to the Post Commission and the underlying grounds for the request for decertification would not exist. On the other hand, if the proceedings both in the courts or the proceedings that I would do following that regarding his employment, if neither one of those proceedings are successful for Mr. Bean, then the issue is a moot point, and he would not be able to, he would not be able to maintain his. Anyway, so for that reason, I'm asking on behalf of Mr. Bean that the committee recommended the commission to place his decertification proceedings into suspended status, which is a practice that has been done for quite a while. I'd be happy to answer any questions if anyone has any.
We have a motion and a second to place this into suspended status. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the motion carries.
Thank you very
placed
much.
in suspended status.
And once all the proceedings are concluded, we will obviously notify the Post Commission of the result so it can then take the appropriate action.
Certainly. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so you caught that, and there was something in there. I guess he had maybe worked on something having to do with suspensions and making the status inactive before. He was alluding to that. I actually wish he had gone into more detail about that. But that was Timothy Taylor, who appears to be Tadarius Bean's attorney regarding the decertification. It sounds like there is another attorney who is handling the criminal matters. And it says here, I want to go back and touch on this because what he said was his client was not able to freely discuss the matter because of a pending matter, and that therefore that should be the basis for him being able to have the hearing or the decertification request placed in suspension or in inactive status. And I mean, notice there was no discussion about it. No one voted in opposition. At least I did not hear that anyone voted in opposition. So there you go. Of course, he won't be able to act as an officer or be in law enforcement while this inactive status is out there either. So it's not like he's totally off the hook. I certainly don't want anyone to think that. It is just in this sort of state of suspension where they're going to wait until the outcome of that, and then this will come back before this commission. So this is very different from what we saw with Demetrius Haley, Justin Smith, and Emmit Martin. And their decertifications just went straight through. There was, not a whole lot that went on with that. Very different outcome for Mr. Tadarius Bean. So if that brings you up to speed, definitely go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have not seen the other decertification video, I will place a link here so that in the description so that you can take a look at that also. That should bring you up to speed on these decertification requests. All right, peace.